And so a lot of businesses, $250, they'll buy into that. But now calculate that with 20,000 businesses, 40,000 businesses, 60,000 businesses paying that into this program. That generates money. And I've never said that in a forum. I've said it with the teachers union, but I'm now saying it here. This is how you generate money.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Tech Woke Podcast. My name is Chris. I'm an RMS specialist in the federal contracting space. And in today's podcast, we have a great guest. We have a guest. His name is Marcellus Crews. He's a business owner. He also is a candidate for Prince George's County Executive. He also is a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award winner from President Biden. He also has a company he runs also called Prepared Professional. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Marcellus Crews. Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Now, it's great to have you on here. This is a really good opportunity for everything. And I'm glad that you came on here, and I'm glad William introduced me to you. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I've had a long day.
I got you. Now, you was telling me, well, you said you was at an event before?
I was just at a candidates forum just with the D9.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, we had a mayor's candidates forum where all the mayors, had a forum for us where we had to answer questions. And then before that, I had some interviews. So yes, I've been rolling.
And you got something tomorrow morning, as you were telling me.
So I'll be on ABC 7 tomorrow morning, and then I have another candidates forum.
Okay.
And it is the AARP candidates forum that I'll be at around noon.
Okay, and also tell the audience, well, when is the election?
The election is March 4th. It's coming up quick. And everybody received a mail-in ballot, and so, we don't know. It's hard to model how to, win this type of special election because it's only been a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a couple months, but you've been hot, heavy. You're getting it going.
I'm getting it going. You got to get it going. There's a lot of voters out there who just need to know that there is a special candidate in the race.
I understand. So Mr. Crews, you already introed you. Can you tell the audience who you are, what you're doing, so the audience can know?
All right. Basically, I'm going to start here so that you kind of understand my story. Up until grade 4, I was a D and F student. I was that awkward kid. I didn't know how to socialize. And so my parents were concerned. Now, I didn't grow up poor. I'm not here to say, I was poor. No. My parents had resources. And so my mom went to my 4th grade teacher, and that teacher, this being Black History Month, that teacher made me learn Martin Luther King's speeches and put me in place. And from that, I realized I could memorize. I was put in front of my classmates, and I became an A student that same year. And I got to know my classmates and became popular, actually. From there, I've always felt this need to give back because I realized what that was. That was mental health, that was parents who cared, and that was an education system and a teacher who poured into me, and I wouldn't be sitting here today had they not. That said, since then, I've been giving back. I've taken kids all around the world, building homes, schools, and churches. I helped raise $6.6 million for the homeless veterans.
That's amazing.
Yes, and we then did a bone marrow drive where we found 2 matches in the Black community. And so because of all of that work, I received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award on service. But that couldn't stop there. So I started a company called Cruising Technologies where we've done technology innovation for a lot of disadvantaged homes. And so we've been giving back ever since. And then Prepared Professional followed right after that.
Okay, so you've been in this county for over 30 years. You did business in this county. You gave back, and you've done a lot to help everybody in the PG County area. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm in the schools. I've been in over 6,000 homes. I'm in the small businesses because we do networking as all technology and companies from healthcare to construction. Okay. So, yeah, we've been rocking.
And you also worked in tech for your previous careers.
There you go. So I've been my first job was in technology. I was help desk, and then I became a network assistant. And I've done graphic design, I've done programming, and all of that has assisted my company, and that knowledge has assisted my company. So yes, I've been in the tech space for some years now.
No, I love it. Okay, so now I see that you worked in tech, and you probably made some good money in business.
Oh, yes.
And you did a lot. Why do you want to be a politician?
Now, that's a very good question because people like me usually do not jump into politics. It's because I have seen up front and close that we are making the wrong decisions in our public policy. And if one of us don't stand up, we're going to continue to lose. We talk about crime, poverty, welfare. And we have, give the kids more rec. Oh, let's put this program in. Let's do that. No, you're not preparing our kids for the jobs of tomorrow. And so being in the schools, I see it firsthand what we're not doing and how we need to do it.
So I understand you're jumping into politics. You might not have much political experience, but I do know you've been in the county, you've been in the schools, you've been doing business. How can you use those skills to help make a change in PG County?
So what a lot of people don't know is before I went into computer science, I was pre-law. And so I have always followed politics all my life, like a sport. I watch all the debates. I watch the State of the Union. I do all of the stuff that most people go, oh, I'm not watching that. But I do it because I've always been interested in politics and interfacing with our state and local government. I understand what we're facing, and I'm ready for that type of fight. So what I bring to the table is a real-world understanding on how you create jobs, how do you get our young people off the streets, how do you create a real workforce development plan, how do you create a real development? We've been developing incorrectly. And so my point here is that my expertise right now is needed more than ever in government.
Yeah, and I understand from your background, a lot of the other political candidates, they might not have the business background. Even tech, there's a lot of things that's changing. I think we talked briefly about it. We have AI, we got quantum computers. We know tech is the new thing that's coming up, cybersecurity. Can you tell on some of the plans you have to implement that in the county?
Okay, so right now everybody's complaining about services. DPI is a agency that deals with permitting, and it helps small businesses get registered and up and going. And everybody's complaining about it. I want to put a deck on, but why do things take so long? Well, technology can speed that up. If you notice, a lot of our government tools are way behind. Why? Because the leaders don't know which way to go. They've been told, okay, we can't upgrade yet. Well, no, I built networks. I understand how we can upgrade. I know how we can implement AI. I don't need to study AI. I know what we can do right now that'll bring some efficiencies and make things speed up. Because think about it. There are almost 1 million people in Prince George's County. There is no way in the world that any agency is going to be able to communicate to all of those people who have problems. But AI can start sifting through that data that's coming in, bubble up the most important ones, and we get on them. And then we just start working our way down. I think we can do a better job. And so that's what I would love to implement in Prince George's County.
I understand. So, and also, would you implement like certification programs for people to get for jobs? Because that's the new way. Jobs,
This is something that I don't think the other candidates understand what I mean when I say certification education is a behemoth of an education system that we're not taking hold of. So let's just start with our adults. Right now, we are under the College Career Readiness Standard, which means that let's say you've been helping as a nurse's assistant, but you never got that certification. When you go to your local college to try to get that certification, they're going to make you take tests. Well, to me, that's not how certification education works. You should be allowed to go ahead and pursue that certification and let the certification itself weed you out. Are you ready for it? It is time for us to do things a different way, less red tape, and get a lot of people certified into a lot of jobs. And when I say certification, everybody thinks I'm talking about IT. There's certification. I can become a dental hygienist being certified. I can become a veterinarian technician being certified. We have to think bigger. Why? Because technology has infiltrated every career. And now there are quicker and faster ways to get there. We had over 150,000 jobs not filled last year. Not because they were not qualified because they didn't graduate from college, but because they didn't have the right certification.
I agree, because again, like you said, there's some certifications, like you said, dental assistant, things like that. They can pay you $50,000. You can cost a couple thousand. You get it. You living good, and they'll solve a lot of the poverty issues that are going on in PG County. And I know that, for example, I got a Security Plus certification. That raised my salary up a lot just off of that, just a certification. You can get by for a long time.
That is what see. We're hitting now where things are. So we're bringing IT into it, right?
Yes, sir.
Technology. But we're also bringing business to the table here. How do you grow? Right now, Prince George's County has over $175 million in the red in debt because we're not growing our commercial base tax base. And so how do you do that? Well, companies need certified workers. I can grow. And guess what? As I'm hiring them, they're now making $50,000. Some are making $60,000. Some are making over $100,000 a year. That is going back into our economy. That's how you grow. It's just that simple.
I love it. And also, too, those same people that got the certifications, they do business. They be like, at a certain time, they get what they know in 10, 20 years. Then they're going to go right back, start business, and keep growing the community, or the county. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah. Well, the county and the community. Yeah. Well, let me share this. I talked to you brought up Prepared Professional.
Yes, sir.
The Prepared Professional is a big program that I have, but I'm gonna share with you what it does in K through 12. We started giving sixth graders certifications and apprenticeships. Down to sixth grade. Now, why would we go to sixth grade? Because that's middle school. And we've seen a lot of dropouts during that time, as well as that's the time to grab them before they get to high school. Well, and they can join a gang, so let's take them a different route. Well, once we engaged sixth graders and gave them a second pathway in our education system, entrepreneurship, certifications, and apprenticeships, we have noticed that kids immediately, now I'm not talking about weeks, I'm not talking about months, they immediately about face from the shenanigans that they were causing. I've seen kids, the worst of the kids become straight A's. Why? Because now they were told, what is it that you want to learn? And that one kid said, I want to program. I do a lot of gaming. That kid now is top of his class. And he's already doing apprenticeships. By the time I guarantee you gets into 9th and 10th grade, he's going to be working part-time in the companies that are checking him out. The point here is to change the paradigm of how our kids are learning and getting into the system. They need experience. If we bring small businesses to K through 12 like we do for sports, by the time they graduate, they already got the experience and the certifications.
I love that, because I was one state kid. I didn't have the confidence because I didn't do no certifications. I just thought as a kid growing up, like my top would be a bus driver or do. And I'm just telling you from my experience growing up in impoverished areas. So that's how I experienced. But outside of that, so you're tackling certifications, business. What are some of your other priorities that you want to focus on once you're there?
That's a good question. And let me finish this point. So Prince George's County right now has all the ingredients to grow. The state is they're funding bioscience, quantum computing, cybersecurity. This is what the state is funding right now. They put $750 million into these programs. We have NASA, the Air Force Base, the coming FBI building. We have and we have the bioscience in Greenbelt. These are billion-dollar industries by themselves. So my initiatives is to pipeline between nonprofits, small businesses, and our education system workers into these programs, because this is tomorrow's fight. Now, it's today for me, but I know for the population that we're dealing with, they don't know what's behind the door.
They don't.
But I do. This is tomorrow's fight, and we have to do it now. And I know a lot of other politicians don't even understand what I'm even saying.
They don't know what you say, especially quantum computers. Like once you say quantum, like it's not simple, but just knowing that, like you could really, that's going to bring, like you said, funding. That's going to bring a lot of funding straight up.
It's going to bring a lot of funding, and they don't understand how do you make money in these areas. I just said tonight we have to be known for something. Science research and technology. That's what Prince George's County has to be known for. Now, some of the other initiatives is I believe that we have to build better. My company also do blueprints, and we've done blueprints for affordable housing, state-of-the-art housing, where we put solar panels already on top of the house, and we do hydro for the water that's coming in. Why? Because those are the two things that you got to bring to a house: electricity and water. Facts. For that house to be.
You need both. You need both. You know.
So we're building 1,200 and 1,500 square feet homes, communities. Now, why would we build smaller footprint? Because our senior citizens need true affordable housing.
They forget about them. Yeah.
Our senior citizens need true affordable housing. Our veterans need true affordable housing. Our returning citizens need affordable housing. Not a halfway house, not an in-between house. They need affordable housing where energy is at zero. And guess what? We can harbor all of that energy like we do for a solar farm. But now we have housing on this land, and we can make money off of it. And
that's going to bring, I got you. And that's the main thing, bringing money to this county.
That's the main thing, bringing money to this county. I have a lot of initiatives that I want to push towards the county. There's a new company, I don't know if I should even say their name, but there's a new company with new tech that I am pushing now. It is new data centers, okay? The way these data centers are done with this new company is we can house a lot of these servers throughout the government. We don't even have to put them in an actual data center. They're cheaper servers. Their coolant is a lot better, and they don't run hot. And it is a more secure, sophisticated system. And that company has been written up by Microsoft. It's been written up by a lot of tech giants, and they're coming onto the market right now. And I know the owners, and so I want to bring that initiative to Prince George's County because we can actually make money off of that.
And I love that you're so into tech, because tech is the future. When I first got into tech, I was green. I was lost in the details, unsure of it all. Then one day I had my woke moment and everything clicked. The pieces came together and things just got better. The moment of clarity inspired me to create Tech Woke clothing. For those that have had the same awakening, this is for the tech community that's woke to what's next. Step into the future with cutting edge designs, smart fabrics, and fashion that evolves with you, bold and intelligent, sustainable, and get your merch Join the Tech Woke movement. We're the future. Shop now at shoptechwoke.com. Thank you. So, Crews, how would you hold accountability and transparency in your administration once you're there?
That's a good question. And that's a big question, I think, for me, because accountability, first of all, means that the buck stops with you. I look at county executives. So first of all, let me just say this. County executive is the chief operating officer for the county.
CEO?
Right, that's the CEO. That's the top person. It's the highest executive office you can have outside of being governor. Most people don't realize that. And so the buck stops with you. And so for me, being accountable means that we spend more time with our voters. We show up on a lot of the town halls that we normally wouldn't show up on. We present everyone with the realities of what's really happening in the government. I think you have to level with your constituents what's really happening, what's going on, and then share with them when something is going off. Because a lot of times people just go, I didn't know, so let's let them know. So accountability is important. I would also use technology to get the word out and the information out. So I hope that answers the question.
Now, can I ask you a question? Because even as me, I'm a voter. Mm-hmm. A lot of political people, they're just in their office. You're the CEO, you're in your office. I don't get a chance to talk to you. Mm-hmm. There's very few, like even my mayor, I have a mayor in Laurel. Mm-hmm. He's out and about, but if I can see you, you're there with me, I know that you're for the people. Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate you saying that you're going to be there with the people.
Well, first of all, being an executive means that you appoint other people to help run that government. Mm-hmm. And that should free you up to be with the people. You cannot run an organization, a government organization and never be with the people, mm-hmm. never understand what's going on out there and see it for yourself. It's highly important for you to do that.
And I trust you because if you're in the people and you know what the people want, you'll know who to put there to be around you. And that's how I am. Even as me, I'm an entrepreneur, mm-hmm. not the biggest, but when as an entrepreneur, I surround myself with good people. If mm-hmm. you're not a good person, you don't have no morals, no nothing, then I wouldn't put you there. And you're going to be running our people? No. So that's why, that's why as a CEO of the county, which mm-hmm. you already done, you know how to run the people. You know what the people want. You know the people need affordable housing. Yes. You know the people need more money in their pocket. You know business need help. That's what qualifies you.
That's my point. So when somebody asked me, I was at a power breakfast, they asked me, well, you don't have a lot of political experience. Hello, I'm an executive, and I'm running for an executive office. Now, if I was running for county, a delegate office or a state senator office, I don't have a lot of experience writing bills. Mm-hmm. No, you would have me there. But that's not what I'm running for. Yeah. I'm running to be an executive, what I've been. And so I know how to appoint people. I know how to have a vision and have a mission and have ways to get there and listen. I know how to listen and go, all right, this is what I was thinking, but you just said it this way. I see that point. All right, let's figure this thing out. Let's get this thing done. Let's get it implemented. And that's what we need from our county executive.
And as a person that's in PG County, mm-hmm. and I noticed some things too.
Okay.
I have to go to Virginia to go to certain stores.
All right. Now,
what you going to do with that?
All right, talk to me. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. We're in a deficit right now because we don't keep our own tax dollars inside the county. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to Virginia or to Montgomery County to eat.
Seriously, yeah.
And that's a major problem. And so I believe it is time to bring good restaurants to Prince George's County. Someone in business like me. Now, I believe that I'm the best candidate because I'm the best of all the worlds, of all of the candidates. I walk in rooms that others wish they could walk in. My company's dealt with the companies that build the Whole Foods, okay? So I believe that the moment I were to be elected, that would signal to all of those businesses. Why? Because they asked me to be a candidate.
Because as a county executive, like you said, you were CEO, you know how to talk to businesses, right? And you know what they want. They want to make money. They don't want to make sure that when they come to a store, they're not going to get everything taken out the store. So you know how to talk to them, where to put it. I want to go to a Texas de Brazil in PG County. Yeah, I go there, eat some steak. What's it, Kobe steak? I want to eat that in PG. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So would you? Yeah, that's the main thing.
It's time to bring those businesses to our county, but it's how we bring them. I don't know if you've. We don't build the way other counties build. Urban, and I say this in all of our forms. There has to be a healthy development between suburban and urban development. So in urban development, I'm going to say this, and this is the simplest thing, but we don't get this right. There should be condos on the top and stores down on the bottom. And you could have a mixture in these condos of office spaces. What does that do for our citizenry? Well, what that does is that allows them to be able to put on their flip-flops and go down with their little pet and go to the coffee shop or to the flower shop or go grocery shopping, right? You know, what does that do for local businesses? Well, now I can be close to my constituents, the people who I want to sell to. And so now I can get a shop right there, and now my business is growing. And if you do that in other areas, now my chain is growing and I'm growing. And so more money is staying inside the community. Final point. We don't have, like Silver Spring has a strip.
Literally.
Right. They have a strip people come to. I call it, we don't have our own Bourbon Street. You know, and now, do we have the harbor, the national? Yes, we have that. But we should have it in Upper Marlboro. We should have it in a lot of parts in Southern County. We are missing a lot of money that can be made. And I would bring that to bear if elected to become county executive.
I love to hear that. I want to put on my flip-flops. I want to go down there. I want to walk down to the store, eat down here. If I got a date, go here. So trust me, I want to know. I know from you're running for a county executive, I know you're dealing with people that are politicians that never done this stuff. Can you tell me some of the issues that you're dealing with?
That's a good question. Politics is a dirty game. It really is. And what hurts me the most is our elected officials still treat it as that. They don't really look, and don't let me get into office because I'm going to show them how it's done. You can't look at a candidate's money, what they're raising, and that tells you who the right candidate is. That's not how it's done.
I agree.
And you can't look at, do they have a name or what are they saying? Look at what they have done. And that's the problem that we have. Right now, we're on a collision course. Donald J. Trump won because we're on a collision course because people are feeling like their needs are not being met. That's really, where we are. And so when you see a candidate who typically is not in politics, and they're bringing new ideas, and not crazy ideas, they're bringing ideas from their experience that actually work. You support that candidate. You get behind that candidate. Why? Because you will see more happen in a year than you would see with the candidate that you're just rolling behind in their whole term. And that's the bottom line. Why? Because some of our best candidates came out of the business sector.
I agree. And
our best candidates have come out of the business sector.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Even when you read the Bible, you got to judge people off their fruits. What they have done. Just because they say they're going to do it, they don't know. You can take me. Hey, I'm going to be I'm going to be a county executive. I don't know nothing about accounting. I don't know how to network. I don't know. I don't even know about technology. How is that really going to grow the county? Like you said, I want to take my flips out, walk around. There's jobs. That's going to create jobs. Quantum computing, AI, cybersecurity. That's going to create more jobs. That's going to help the county and bring those people that need to come here. So we need, if the audience, if you're watching, please look into Mr. Crews and make sure you just give him an opportunity and listen to what he's saying and go to what he's done. You know,
I appreciate that. Because it's a dirty game, and I've been told certain things, and then you see things go another way, and everything is about money. That's the problem. Money is the problem because now a person can buy their way. And then guess what? In 4 years, everybody's upset. They're ready to choke and say, you all are bums.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame them. But please don't call me a bum because I'm not a politician. I'm someone who's ready to roll up my sleeves and get it done for you.
Okay, I had 2 more questions, Mr. Crews. Just to ask, just so the audience can know, will you raise taxes in the county when you're elected?
That's a very good question, and the answer is no.
Okay, I'd love to hear that. And then lastly, infrastructure like roads, things like that, how will you improve upon those in the county?
We have to improve. We're paying extremely high taxes, and we're not getting the best bang for our buck. We paid $2.9 billion for our education system.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and some kids are not even being picked up by the bus. And so when I look at the county has a lot of trash everywhere. There are not even enough trash cans,
That's crazy.
Public trash cans, so that people can drop their litter into the can. And so we're just going to have to do a better job with efficiency, and that's what I bring to the table. We can sit down. A lot of this stuff is just management. It really is.
Just break it down.
Just management. It's not rocket science. The higher level stuff is where the executives should be spending their time. How do we really populate our new industry of quantum computing? How do we really get going our cybersecurity stuff where businesses are really growing? All the other stuff, mundane stuff, that comes down to you just need a good leader who hires people and they come up with, we need a trash can here, we need a trash can here, we need to repave this road, and we need to hold accountable those companies with those contracts.
I love that. And all of that will help the budget deficit that's in PG
Oh,
County.
yes.
It will help everything with that. All that will
For sure. And we'll be growing. My housing development program by itself would take care of our current deficit if it was already in place.
Understood.
Our education, bringing small businesses to K through 12, we're going to have small businesses partner with the government and pay for this program.
I love that. So that's going to solve a lot of problems.
That's going to solve a lot. Why? Because they're going to be having access to good talent. And so a lot of businesses, $250, they'll buy into that. But now calculate that with 20,000 businesses, 40,000 businesses, 60,000 businesses paying that into this program. That generates money. And I've never said that in a forum. I've said it with the teachers union, but I'm now saying it here. This is how you generate money.
I love it. I love it, Mr. Crews. Is there anything else you want to leave the audience with for why you should be PG County executive?
You're not voting for plans. You're not voting for who has the best ideas or who's the wonkiest and know everything. You're voting for someone who has a heart, someone who cares about you, someone who is going to keep their eye on the ball, someone with the background to bring all of the things that we have to bear to help us win. I walk in those rooms. You can look at me and see that I walk in those rooms. And at the same time, I know how to lay my hair down and just be a normal guy. I'm a tech guy who knows how to talk normal. Let me just say it that way.
Very few of them.
There you go. And so let us modernize our government. Let us become a smart county. How about that? Let's become a smart county. So with that, my name is Marcellus Crews. I'm a candidate for county executive here in Prince George's County. And it's time for a fresh start and to make Prince George's County number one.
I love that. And also, when is the election?
March 4th is the election,
Okay.
and it's coming up quick. We only have, 3 weeks or something like that? And so, hey, please make a wise decision.
Okay. So for the audience, March 4th is when the election is going to be. If you're in the PG County area and want to vote, please check him out March 4th. And also, Mr. Crews, where can the audience find you, or where can they donate?
MarcellusCrews.com. Do I need to spell it?
They figure it out.
MarcellusCrews.com. You can go there. You can see a lot of videos. You can hear me talk about different things. The point here is you can follow me. You can go to my social media, Marcellus Crews.
Okay. So Marcellus, I'm sorry, Mr. Crews.
It doesn't matter. Hey, we friends.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I'm gonna still call you out of respect, Mr. Crews. I appreciate you coming on this podcast. It was an amazing opportunity, and I appreciate you. You're gonna win. Hopefully, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. I'm a positive person, but either way, you're gonna still keep doing what you're doing in the county, and you're gonna keep doing what you're doing over time and time. So I appreciate you coming on this podcast.
I appreciate you.
Thank you,
Chris.
All right. So thank everybody for watching the podcast. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, write down the comments below if you enjoyed it. Go on techwokepodcast.com and also shop techwokepodcast.com to cop any merch. Also join the newsletter and check out the Patreon. And if you are streaming on we're streaming on all podcasts and platforms, so remember to download it. And remember, everybody, get 1% better every day. Peace out. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much.